Hi, I'm Varun. I'm a finance professional, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how I manage my personal finances. Being a finance professional, I obviously understand the importance of growing your portfolio and investing based on your investment needs in the future. And in the past, we've tried doing this in multiple ways, including figuring out for ourselves in terms of what the right investments for us, tracking markets, tracking the stocks, etc. We've also tried employing stockbrokers, form partnerships with them to see if they can manage our portfolio, and of course, we've also had our own, suite of personal bankers who come and try and help with our investment strategy. So those are things we've kind of tried in the past, and always we've realized it's not quite met our investment thesis and how we want to grow our portfolio. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about today, how we met capital quotient and how that worked well for us. Dealing with stockbrokers or personal bankers, for example, and for that matter, when we try doing it on our own, we're all working professionals. There's only so much time in the day. Especially if you're invested in the stock market, most of the time when the stock market's open, you're at work, right? And you cannot react quickly. So when you go try work with stockbrokers, you realize they're incentivized to actually create more transactions. They don't necessarily have your own interest at heart. Sure, they have a very good understanding of the market and they'll give you good advice, but also it's a fine balance between how much of control you want them to have versus how much control you have, and also the incentives they have are not always aligned to your portfolio and your strategy and how you want to get returns. So that's always been a challenge in the past. And similarly, the third option really is also going to personal bankers, and it's very similar there as well. They're also always incentivized to kind of push customized product or standard products that they have in their portfolio, and they try to force fit your investment need with the products that they have. So it doesn't, given the time limit that we have in a day, there's only so much you can do, and it always ends up being suboptimal of these options. That's what we realized in the past, and we're always on the lookout for someone who could come talk to us, understand our needs, and then help us with what we want based on our investment needs. We met the Capital Quotient team about less than a year ago, and it's been great. I mean, just their approach in terms of how they come over and really start with our investment philosophy at the core, and they want to understand our goals in terms of what do we want to achieve. Understand our patterns in terms of our assets and our spends and our income, and then recommend the right portfolio of investments for us. At the same time, they were very clear in terms of presenting all the options, the pros and cons of each option, so we get to choose where we go invest. We don't feel like someone's pushing something on us. And the best part, they are not incentivized based on the returns or the number of transactions that we make. They're incentivized based on the portfolio of money that they're managing for us. So it's a really win-win situation for us in terms of both saying, hey, they're understanding what we need to, what they bring for us to the table, and we get a choice. We get a say in terms of where our money gets invested, and we still get the same kind of support in terms of making sure they're tracking and advising us on how our portfolio is performing. So I think it's a great mix of having a fund advisor in terms of telling us how our funds are doing, but at the same time having the flexibility and giving us the right advice of where to go invest based on our investment needs. So I think that's really worked very well for us. One of the biggest elements when you're dealing with financial transactions is to have trust. And believe me, I know that I'm a finance professional, and at work I take a lot of time to build trust with my colleagues, because you can never be too safe with money. And the amount of trust that we're able to build with the CQ team for us was really pivotal for us to be able to take the decision of them coming in and handling our investments. And I think it's really down to two things. One is just their financial know-how in terms of how different financial products work and how the economic drivers affect each of these products at different points in time, and then hence when you make switches. And the second part is really their ability to understand us and deliver the message in a way that makes meaning to us, and hence help us make those decisions in terms of where we invest and how we invest. I think those are really key elements for us, and that's been very, like I said, central to us making the decision of having them manage our investments, and it's been paying good dividends to us. Yeah, I would like to give you an example of debt funds which Capital recommended to us, and that's a portfolio of that's a set of investments we never explored in the past, either by ourselves, neither any of the previous financial advisors recommended to us, probably because it didn't make money for them, right? And then but when we got engaged with Capital Quotient and they recommended, saying, yeah, how it brings a great balance to our portfolio in terms of the overall portfolio, and we really realized that was a great missing part in terms of how we are growing our portfolio in the future. So it gives a great balance of steady returns while we are balancing it out with the risky parts in terms of either real estate or equity investments. And that's great, right? And that really brings out for me the benefit from this partnership of how they are looking at what makes most sense for us. They understood our risk profile, and based on that, they were able to kind of give us a wide set of investments to balance out our portfolio. And it's been really great. And like I said, I think none of the others in the past ever recommended this to us. So that's the great benefit we got from engaging with Capital Quotient. I would really recommend Capital Quotient for folks who are looking to put a fundamental structural approach to building their wealth over a period of time, and not necessarily for folks who are looking for short-term returns. So if you really have long-term goal-based investments, if you want to build out strategies, it's a really wonderful team, very energetic team, and I would recommend you to go explore working with them.